So we have drugs, we have violence, we have, gunshots, we have just crime, period.
Topeka's Highcrest neighborhood is not immune to violence.
A KSNT investigation found 151 violent crimes in the last 5 years. But community leaders say Topeka's crime stigma can't be blamed on Highcrest alone.
KSNT News reporter Gretchen Kanan explains why a top law enforcement official says all of us are responsible for fixing the problem.
Jessica Thompson is a single mother of 6. She's lived in Highcrest for the last 4 years and has witnessed both the good and bad in her neighborhood.
Highcrest is just like a lot of places in Topeka. We have drugs, we have violence, we have, gunshots, we have just crime, period.
During her time in Highcrest, gunshots have not been uncommon. Gangs and drugs exist. In 2015, the community was shaken when a gunman killed a 5-year-old girl.
Lily was a little girl who had her whole life ahead of her, and she is not the only one who had that stolen.
Lily Coates-Nichols was riding in the backseat of her mother's car when she was hit by a bullet intended for someone else.
We've had this just growing tragic violence happening within our city, and it's affecting a lot of families. It's not just affecting ours.
While many in Topeka assume it's Highcrest that's at the center of the city's crime problem, our investigation shows that's not the case. It's that perception that's preventing the problem from going away.
I don't feel like people should just point the fingers at us, because we do have a lot of crime, but it's everywhere.
It's very important that those stigmas, we try to work on breaking those down, because if you don't go to a community, you really don't know what that community's like.
These city maps show the 4 parts of town that are the most crime-ridden: Highcrest, North, Central, and East Topeka. They're all impoverished, have poor neighborhood health, and are considered unsafe. Shawnee County District Attorney Mike Kage says the first step is for everyone who lives in Topeka to accept there's a problem.
It's easy to bury your head in the sand. It's easy to turn away and say, that's not my problem. Okay? Sure, I understand that. It's scary to confront hard truths. It's frightening to acknowledge that these things are happening in your community. But it's going to take that, and it's going to take ownership from every segment of our community.
In 2012, the Topeka Public Schools Police Department moved into the heart of Highcrest. The Rescue Mission's NetReach program followed 1 year later, giving people support like never before. They matched mentors from all parts of town with people living in Highcrest.
It was just kind of a holistic approach to helping the neighborhood, to not give a handout but a hand up. And by doing so, they became better trusted. People became more invested in their neighborhood.
Taco Tuesdays, small groups, and holidays, a time for people of all walks of life to come together as one. Officials say we need more outreach programs in parts of North, Central, and East Topeka to get neighbors invested in fighting crime. Neighbors who will step up, take a stand, call police when they're suspicious about something, and get involved.
No law enforcement agency can do the work by themselves. I mean, if we took all of us and working, our job is much easier if we have the trust and collaboration with the community that we serve.
With crime problems throughout Topeka, police say it's a community issue. Until people from other parts of town identify ways to get involved, crime isn't going to go away. Police say they are seeing results in Highcrest. Neighbors are taking back their neighborhood. People are coming together. And Jessica says because of efforts like that, she remains hopeful for a better future for her neighborhood in Topeka as a whole.
My kids to be able to grow up and live somewhere safe.
A worry no mother in our community should have. In Topeka, Gretchen Kanan, KSNT News.